Hey everybody, movie review next door here, and it's been a while since I've done some haul videos. I'm going to be doing quite a few. One of them I can't really do yet because there's one that hasn't arrived yet. It's all from the same seller. The seller kept sending them individually packaged. It was really weird. But for now, I've got like 2 months worth of hauls to get to. So I'm combining, for this video, I'm going to be combining the Dollar General and Clinton haul and my Arrow Video haul from both Arrow Films UK and Arrow Video US. But yeah, I'm just gonna go ahead and start it off. It's a movie I've been really wanting to see. I have never seen the original or the remake, so Willard, starring Crispin Glover, R. Lee Ermey, Laura Harring, all three actors I really like. But yeah, apparently this is a very underrated remake. Apparently a lot of people like it more than the original. I don't know, I haven't seen it yet, so looking forward to it. This film, I literally know nothing about this, but apparently it's like a fun action western, and I like Neal McDonough. The Warrant. But yeah, not a bad cast. Sorry if you hear my mom, she's talking to the cats. But yeah, Neal McDonough, Annabeth Gish, Casper Van Dien. Not a bad cast. I don't mind those actors. But yeah, it says here it's only 75 minutes. I don't know if that's true. A lot of these like indie things get the time wrong for some reason. I don't know why. But yeah, it just seems to happen. This one was super cheap. That's the only reason I got it. Out of Death. It was Jamie King and Bruce Willis. I do actually really like Jamie King. I think she's a great actress. Very underutilized, especially after the 2000s. She was in a film, which is actually the DVD that hasn't come yet, Codename Banshee, with Antonio Banderas. That was actually a decent little action film. Main issue I had with it was the terrible CGI blood. But yeah, that was a fun one, and I mean, knowing how these were made, especially with the interview that I did, I'm still like kind of curious, you know. This one, really curious, especially because of the cast. What? Paradise Hills. Emma Roberts, Danielle McDonald from Bird Box. She was alright in Bird Box. I didn't care for the movie. Awkwafina is the main one that I'm like, eh. And Mila Jovovich, who I'm guessing is playing the villain, which is very nice to see. Mila Jovovich is an actress that I think is very overlooked. People immediately think, oh, she's not she's not a real actress. She's only in movies directed by her husband, Paul W.S. Anderson. I would not say those are some of her better movies. If you want good movies with her, well, I at least think the first Resident Evil is a good movie. I haven't seen a lot of the rest of them. Faces in the Crowd. Sorry, my camera acts up with normal light. Faces in the Crowd. Pretty great thriller. Well, shit. I know there's others. I'll have to look them up. But yeah, very curious about this. I'm always on the lookout for Magnolia and Magnet movies, so I don't know what this is, but it looks fun. I don't know any of the actors. That makes it even more interesting to me, because I mean, from what I've looked up, it's apparently really bloody, sexy action movie. Sounds up my alley. This one I have seen. Disappearance, the film that would later get remade into Cold Pursuit by the same director, Hans Peter Maland. starring Liam Neeson. I actually prefer the remake. I think the remake tightens up a lot of the comedy that didn't really hit as hard as it should have in this version. But yeah, Stellan Skarsgård is still really good. Bruno Ganz is great as always. But yeah, just still a fun dark comedy action film. I know nothing about these films, but I saw them at a nice price, and they're MVD releases, which means that they're probably, they've got a shit ton of features, which is nice. But yeah. Barbershop. Never seen any of these movies. I know there are 3. There's Barbershop, and I have here Barbershop 2, Back in Business. I know nothing about these movies. I just know that they're like well-liked black comedies, and I'm intrigued. I like Ice Cube as an actor. I think he can be funny. I don't know if I buy his like action movies, like Ghosts of Mars. I don't mind as a movie. From what I remember, it's been a long time, but Ice Cube as an action star, I wasn't like big on. I was like, it's a bit weird, because Natasha Henstridge should have been the main character. But yeah, that's all from the Dollar General in Clinton. Now we get on to the Arrow film. Sorry about the camera. I don't know why it's doing that. But yeah. First off, there was a sale for Arrow Video. You bought 2, get 1 free. I did it on both the UK and the US website. These are the UK releases first. Incident in Ghostland. Director would later go on to do, before he did The Tall Man. Later he did The Tall Man. And people have been very mixed on that. I haven't seen it. I'm very curious. I like the main actor. But yeah, just what the film is supposed to be about sounded interesting. Like being haunted by your past, that whole thing. I really liked that. So Jake Speed. Heard great things about this film. Very much looking forward to seeing it sometime, especially since I have a region-free Blu-ray player. But yeah, apparently John Hurt gives a very off-the-wall performance in this. Sounds awesome. But yeah, just sounds like a badass 80s action movie that maybe was like forgotten to time, and Arrow's giving more attention to it. The last of the UK releases. I do want to give this movie another try. I mean, even if I don't like it, the interviews should be interesting, because it's the guy doing the interviews, I think, or at least the commentary, is the guy that used to work for Scream Factory. And speaking of someone who's talked more about that, Matt Rambo Afterlife, he did talk about that, and I did notice a difference with the commentary tracks. Like with Scream Factory, after that guy left, they were like way less focused. Not enough was said. It felt very amateurish, but before it was like way better. So very, very curious to hear more about Heathers. I at least remember thinking it was okay. But yeah, I mean, still, it's like film history. Even if I don't like it, I could give it to someone as a present. The US ones. Alice Sweet Alice. I remember being kind of iffy on it. It's one of those that's like, oh, it's a giallo, but made in America. I wasn't big on the acting, but I mean, it was $5. I was like, whatever, who cares? Pitch Black. Fucking love this movie. Love it to death. I think Vin Diesel gives his best performance in this. I haven't seen most of his movies, but it's the best performance I've seen so far, and I really like this. You got the sun, you got the moon. It's really cool. But yeah, I'm really looking forward to seeing all the features. There's so many features. Look at that list of features. So many. But yeah, very much looking forward to it. And the one I'm the most happy about, I'm so happy to finally have this. I'm actually like stoked. Flatliners. This is my favorite horror film of all time. Now, saying that, no, have I seen every horror movie? No. Will I ever watch, like, even close to, like, 1,000 horror movies in my lifetime? Probably not. It's not my main genre. But of all the movies that I've seen, this one has truly terrified me. Not with jump scares, not with gore, but with the premise, how it's executed, the acting, just everything. Just looking through the special features, I don't think there's any, like, old-timey special features with the actors, which, that's a bit disappointing. But it will still be nice to see the 4K transfer, or 4K restoration approved by Jan de Bont, which is nice. But yeah, I just love the premise. People, like, killing themselves, basically, and seeing the afterlife, coming back and being haunted by their demons. That hits me so hard. This movie both scares me and makes me cry when I see it. I mean, I'm a very emotional person, but like it does really elicit like a real guttural response whenever I see it. So yeah, one of my favorite horror movie ever. So yeah, and that's about it for that. I'll get to the others in other videos, but yeah, put your comments down below. What'd you think? What movies do you think I got good ones? Your thoughts on the movies themselves, and movie review next door. Out.